Hello, everyone. Grab yourself a cup of coffee, tea, margarita, beer, or your favorite beverage and saddle up to my new video series, Quality Time with Koala Bear, with your host, me, Brian Koalas. Today is an introductory video, and I'm going to read my notes as I go through this just so that I capture all the points. And this is to lay out the format and ground rules for the topics that I will present. First, let me explain what this series is not. 1. This is not an exhaustive bitch session of grievances of every group of people who've been wronged, perceived, real or not. It would just go on forever, and we're not going to do that. So that's not going to happen. 2. This is not based on feelings, quote unquote, your feelings, or other popular your truth or my truth. We're not going to take those things in this series. 3, this is not based on isms, its, or other vogue pop cultural expectations. We're going to just chuck that right out because that's a bunch of nonsense. For a while, people have been saying we need to have a discussion about race and other issues. But what typically happens is a group will scream while the other group is supposed to just shut up and take it. And that never solves a problem. What this series is my opinions on the state of our union today, using the context of history, and history really matters. And my observations with nuance throughout my years working and living life on the topics that I present to you. I will keep it relatively brief and simple, and sometimes that's challenging because I tend to ramble sometimes. I also subscribe to the Lou Holtz philosophy, which really is, tell me about the books you read and the people you hang around. And that will pretty much tell you everything or most things you need to know about that person. It says a lot. Every person has immense value. Every person. Whether you're male, female, black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, etc., young, old, fat, thin, with deformities, ailments, etc., every person is important. History does seem to be lost on many people these days. And when hysteria happens, often people will say, I don't need a history lesson. Well, you do. We all do. That includes me. So, just kind of calm it down, because this is just the introductory part. We make choices in our lives, and those choices write the pages of our individual history. Most of us learn from making bad decisions and then improving our lives. Some people do not. The most important education that you can obtain is to do 3 basic things. Read and write as well as you can, and keep improving, always getting better at those things. 2, get good at basic math, the 4 cornerstones of logic and reasoning. So, to use logic and reasoning, that's all really math is, because there's no feelings based on that. All right? It's a very important tool to understand logic and reasoning. Seems to be missing in people's lives and education today. 3, learn accurate history, especially your family history. That's the most important. And learn from those people who came before you. I believe you will be better equipped to handle life's realities if you are learning and open to being mentored with older people with life experiences. I preference the upcoming videos that I'm gonna produce Some of them may be crude like this on an iPhone, in my car, or whatever the case is. But this is what I got to work with right now. With 4 basic solutions, 4 simple solutions as we go through these. Number 1, and this is the most difficult for me, and I think this is true for a lot of people, but I think it's the most important. It's the top of my list, and that is to cry out to Jesus, to cry out to God, and to seek Him constantly. I fail at this a lot. I'm upfront and honest that I fail at this, and yet I'm still trying to pick myself up from my own messes in my own life and constantly trying to seek Him out. And sometimes I have good success and sometimes I don't. But I do think that's important. Even if you're a non-believer, I just think that's important. That's number 1. Number 2 is to break bread with people, to eat with people from all walks of life. And there's an upcoming couple of videos that I'm going to put out there that really talks about that as a solution, and I think this is a very important thing. 3, in the workplace, your work is an equalizer. It is a great equalizer for everyone. And it doesn't matter what your career field is. It doesn't matter what you're doing at any given time. If it's a second job, your first job, your last job, whatever the case is, when you actually work with other people doing a task, the work at hand is the great equalizer, because that is what you are judged on, is the quality and quantity of your work. Both things have got to be together. Work is the great equalizer. And number 4, the act of laughter is great medicine. And in one of the videos that I will bring up, I will be talking about comedy in great length and how important that really is. So there are legions of people who are going to rip into you anytime you take a position on anything. And especially in today's world with social media 24/7, people sometimes have nothing better to do than just rip into you. And I've got a thick enough skin that I can take it. There's people that can't. But have heart, okay? Take a little bit of courage here and understanding that if you keep moving forward and you're honest with people and you're willing to learn from people, that you can overcome absolutely anything. And I've seen this time again in my life, the experiences I've had, the things I've watched from other people. And if you keep moving forward, you're never out of the fight. Okay? And that doesn't mean you fight with people. That means you're never out of the fight of life's struggles. Okay? That's the key thing here. So with all that, let's move forward. And I will post videos as often as I can. I will try to post the first one this upcoming week. I'm not sure what day it'll be. It'll be based upon my work schedule and everything else. So at this moment, it'll be roughly 9 topics. With that, I'll cut it short. And you guys have a great day. I'll see you soon, okay? Bye.